Market adjustment $20,000. All right. So as all you know, I picked up this Challenger Scat Pack. This is a 23 last call Challenger Scat Pack Plus or RT Plus wide body, and you know it's well equipped. It's kind of the check boxes for me were the Plus package. I wanted a wide body, I wanted a Scat Pack, wanted the Harman Kardon. That sound system is phenomenal. It really is. And you know the Alpine system is really good too. And the standard system isn't bad, but the HK system is really cool. So there are more than enough tubes out there on the 2023s and Stellantis and stuff like that, and these spot deals where they say you get 0.9 and you take the car home and you get a call Monday going, I'm sorry, it won't go through. It's actually 19.9 or whatever. Well, number one, go through a credit union. And I've mentioned before, Navy Fed has financed every car that I've owned now for well over 20 years. I've done a few through USAA, but Navy Fed is they're unbeatable as far as their interest rates and stuff. And the house, the mortgage is through Navy Fed. Navy Fed will not sell a mortgage. So it's with them, they carry it for life. And that was just very appealing to me. But I did not pay $83,000 for this car. I did not pay $53,000 for this car. I paid just I think it was $50,200 and change because this car was listed as a dealer demo. It didn't have any miles on it and was essentially brand new. But the hit that I had to take was the warranty for this car effectively started in March. So I'm out some on the factory warranty. That didn't mean anything to me. As you all know, it just doesn't go back to the dealer. When I consider a new car purchase the same as, say, a 30-year-old used truck purchase. I own it, and that's the end of that. I don't even take them back for recalls. It's just something I don't do. I really don't want the dealership level touching my car. That's just me. I carry that level of expertise here in my own garage. So that's the way it happens. But yeah, there are plenty of topics on, the challenges of owning a Challenger or Charger, not the least of which is insurance. So if you look at total cost of ownership, I'm in my 50s, and I have never even had a parking ticket. My driving record is spotless, and I go to great lengths to keep it that way so I can afford a car like this or a Wrangler or what have you, or motorcycles. It's just super important. Not just from a money perspective, but from a credit rating and LexisNexis. It all rolls into, essentially how much it's just going to cost you to own something like this, not just up front. Insurance for this car is not cheap, and I've had USA insurance now since over 25 years. And I reward USAA by saying, look, I'm going to be a good boy and make sure that the house is kept up and the roof and my defensible space, because we're out here in the Southwest and we're in fire country. Because I wanted another Challenger, and I found the Challenger that just fit kind of this phase of my life perfect. I also don't drive this car very much. As I've said many times before, the trips in this thing are meaningful. Now, you can have a Challenger like this as a daily driver. Every trip's going to be meaningful. But it's just not it's not even close to being a daily driver. This car just rolled over 1,000 miles. I've had it for well over a month. And it probably will have, in 5 years, maybe 6,000, 7,000, maybe. The parking lots here are terrible. They are filled with tourists and other senior citizens that absolutely don't give a flying foo-rah about slamming a door into your car and driving away. And this most certainly isn't going to be the case with this one if I can have anything to do with it. Some of the reliability and quality control problems, I'm not so sure. I mean, first of all that kind of stuff is anecdotal. I've said many times before, dealerships have done a better job at destroying a brand's reputation than the assembly plant and the brand itself, and the manufacturer. This car has presented to me no issues. But the Challenger and the Charger, the whole L-Series platform is very mature. I mean, this incarnation's been around since 2015, and I'm talking about the firmware and the network and the modules. Nothing really has changed It's all pretty mature stuff, and it's actually very reliable. So I did have one check engine light. I think it was the second day I owned this thing. Upon crank, logged into the network and scanned it. It came back with a EVAP very small leak, not even a fuel cap. And I checked the fuel cap, and sure enough, the dealership, was very, very good. They delivered it up from Phoenix and took the trade away. But and he topped it up with premium. I verified that before I got the car. But he just did not have the cap on securely. So that's the only fault that's elicited. It has one rattle that's in the trunk, and I can't tell if it's the lid that covers up the subwoofer assembly or not. But it's not annoying. When I'm in this thing, I am spooling Pandora, and I usually will run one of my fave playlists from pop and rap from the 90s, the late 80s. So, as you can imagine, it shakes pretty radically. That really is about it. I don't consider fuel economy a factor, an overriding factor in a car like this, and you shouldn't. It's like you're not going to buy a Power Wagon for fuel economy. If you're thinking about fuel economy in a car like this, you're in the wrong car. You need to be in, a Hornet or whatever, a Hyundai. As far as theft prevention, this is a very, very low risk symbol zip code, which is another reason why I can soak up the. It's about, I guess, over the Gladiator for 6 months, about right at $100 for 6 months increase over the Gladiator. I consider that more than reasonable, or affordable anyway. But overall, I love it. Man, I tell you, I just, there's not too much about the Challenger that I don't like. It's built in an AMC assembly plant by some really, really fine folks. And it's a beautiful design, and it's timeless, and it's just a very high-quality vehicle. So, your experiences might vary. I know that my first Challenger, which was a new 2011 Rally, is outstanding as this one. Usually you can tell as the body dies, they stamp the bodies up. As the platform ages, the dies will start wearing out, and so your creases and lines will start softening, and some of your door, there will start being alignment issues just because the dies are wearing out. But this is actually a really tight car, and I've had, as I say, a lot of good times with it in just the few weeks I've had it. But I got to tell you, that kind of stuff really chaps you. $20,000, and because all these Challengers are starting to experience lot rot for a while. Okay, Lance, we'll let you have it for $50,000 and stuff in exchange for 3 months off the warranty. I'm like, all right, I don't care. Sounds good to me. All right, well, that's about it. And you guys have a great. Looks like monsoon kind of crapped out on us for today, and we had some good storms rolling our way, but they kind of disintegrated and reformed just to the south. But maybe tomorrow we'll give it a try again. I'll leave you all with this.